Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's doing amazing. So today, I want to give you 3 reasons why you need to stop listening to broke people about money. And you may say, oh, well, I don't listen to broke people about money. That's not true. I see a lot of y'all listening to broke people about your next steps in life, your next steps in business, and not just listening to broke people, but listening to unqualified individuals as it relates to how to get to your next level. And what you really need to be doing instead of listening to those unqualified individuals. And I have to admit that I've been guilty because my circle for a long time was made up of individuals. Hey, good morning, D. Jefferson. Was made up of individuals who were on the same trajectory as me. And what I mean by that is that they were working a job just like I was. Good morning, Cynthia Armstead. They were um, living paycheck to paycheck just like I was. They were robbing Peter to pay Paul just like I was. But we would sit around and we would trade advice. And I realized, good morning, LaShawn. Thank you guys for sharing the broadcast. Until I realized one day that this advice is not getting me anywhere. And it didn't have the potential to get me anywhere. And so I had to start seeking advice from people who had done what I was trying to do, even if it meant that advice was going to. And that's one of the reasons that we're having the Total Woman Summit, bit.ly/Total Woman 21. Tickets are only $20.21, but we're going to be bringing in over 20 experts to help you in different areas of life and business. And notice I said experts. It doesn't mean that they're better than you. It just means that they know more about you in a particular area, and everybody needs help. We sit around sometimes and we listen to individuals who've never done what we're trying to do. Somebody say, ouch. We're sitting around listening to our girlfriends, listening to our family members, listening to people who have never built a business. Come on, Ebony, come through, Ev. We're listening to people who have two nickels to rub together. And while I realize that may be your default circle, and what I mean by default circle is these are people who life has aligned you with. You may have went to school with them. You may have worked with them. They may be your family members. So you're around them from default. But sometimes we've got to be deliberate in seeking out those sources that can help us get to the next level. So today I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you need to stop getting rich advice from people because it just doesn't work. So number one, if somebody has never done it, if somebody has never made $1 million, if somebody has never quit their job, if somebody doesn't have a digital marketing business, how do you get advice from them on something that you're doing? More often than not, and probably that advice is going to be based on something wrong. We don't need to just get advice for the sake of getting advice. I want some right advice. I don't want to be making mistakes just because you tried to help me. Oh, okay, that's great. But I don't want to make the same mistakes you made. So, number one, if somebody has never done it, why are you listening to their rendition of how to do it right? And let me put a caveat in there. This even is down to our parents. And as much as our parents and our grandparents love us, just think about, they don't live in a day and time where they have as many opportunities as we have. And that's just the truth of the matter. They don't live in a day and time where they can easily go build their business. They don't live in a day and time where you get government support and sponsorship to build your business. They don't live in a day and time where jobs will lay you off and fire you at the drop of the dime. They're not living in this day and time. They lived in a day and time where jobs were loyal. They lived in a time where you could get a quote unquote good job and retire. They lived in a day and time where them building a business would have been an anomaly and not the status quo. So they operated under a totally different set of rules than we're operating under right now. So as much as we love our parents and our uncles and our aunties, they're giving you advice for a time period that is not right now. So you got to get current advice. That's number one. Number two, you got to understand free advice is going to get you free results. What does that mean? Thank you, Ava, for sharing. Free advice, that advice that people give you unsolicited, that advice that you get from your friends and your neighbors and your coworkers. How can you expect that advice that you did not sow a seed in to render you any results? And the truth of the matter is it's not. Free advice is just that, it's free. And there's so much of it that you run the risk of, just getting bad advice. There's always a plethora of bad advice. I'm going to even run it down all the way to Google because we're such a Google society. Well, I saw a video on YouTube. A video on YouTube is not going to tell you things to look out for. A video on YouTube is not going to tell you how they struggled. A video on YouTube is just that. It's a video on YouTube. So we've got to understand that some advice is worth paying for, especially if we want to have success. I want to make sure I'm talking to the right people. Is everybody here want the fastest path to success? If you want the fastest path to success, go ahead and say me. Because, the fastest path sometimes takes the most work because you're not going to have to start over. Sometimes taking that bad advice will send you all the way back to the drawing board. And who wants to start over? It's not easy and it's not fun. So it's important that we understand that our ability to move quickly towards success has a lot to do with not making wrong turns. And I'm not saying that you're not going to make any wrong turns. Making wrong turns is inevitable. It happens. But let's not be deliberate about it. Let's not do it intentionally. And the number three reason you need to stop getting rich advice from broke people. If it doesn't work for them, then how can it work for you? Let me give you an example. You sitting in an apartment with your girlfriend and she's telling you about some article she read about how to buy a mansion. First question is, if she's got the knowledge, why is she building herself a mansion? Is everybody clicking with me? If you got all this advice on how to buy a Bentley, how to buy a mansion, how to leave, then why haven't you done it? sometimes what we do doesn't make sense. And if it didn't work for them, how can we expect for it to work for us? So when we started building this Total Woman Summit, I wanted a place where you could come get help, not just in your business, but understanding your life is important too. And sometimes the way you live your life is the way you build your business. So the link is bit.ly/TotalWoman21. How many of you are going to get your ticket today? Today. I'm doing a special presentation on the mindset it needs to make millions, the money you need to make millions, the marketing you need to make millions, and the time management. Because yes, there are some of you out there that are choosing other things to do with your time than being successful. And sometimes you got to make a choice. You got to say to yourself, if I don't fix this, so what are some things you can do? Number one, somebody take notes for me in the chat. Good morning, Monique. Number one, you can get expert help. Somebody type in number one, get help. Stop thinking you can do any and everything by yourself. You're going to need knowledge. You're going to need technology. You're going to need quite a few things. So we got to stop saying that, okay, I'm just going to jump up and I'm going to be on the road to success and I'm going to make it, and you've never done it before. What blows my mind is the number of people who try to start a business, have never started a business before, and do not get help, and then are surprised that they didn't make it. They're blown away. They're like, oh, I tried real hard. But trying real hard is no substitute for real strategy. And you can try all day to dig a ditch, but if you're digging in the wrong spot, you're just digging in the wrong spot. So you definitely have to get help. Number two, you have to be willing to invest in knowledge. Now, like I said, we have 25 experts coming in to talk to you about all things life and business. So for less than $1 an expert, bit.ly/TotalWoman21, you can come in and get access to these experts. They can help you get and want. Get what you need and want. So sometimes you got to be willing to invest. I've never seen so many people that haggle $20. If you know me, you know my information is good. I'm doing 4 presentations throughout that day. Then you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that $20 is a small price to pay. Go get your ticket. Don't wait till the 11th hour. But be willing to invest in the knowledge you need to take you to the next level. bit.ly/TotalWoman21. And, last but not least, create a new circle of individuals. This opportunity is a chance for you to start creating a new circle with some new knowledge, some new experts, some new quote unquote business friends. All of that is going to be required for your success. You're not going to be able to just figure it out. And in the time that it takes, you can make money over and over and over. So it's up to you to make a decision that's going to move your needle forward. It's up to you to understand that if you're talking life and moving in this same circle over and over, how many of you feel we call it Groundhog Day, where every day sounds like yesterday, feels like yesterday. When are you going to get off of that? And it truly is a personal choice, because God gave everybody something that will help them be successful. It has nothing to do with uh, some people are smarter than others. Some people are smarter than others, but some people have other gifts and other talents. Don't challenge me to a race up and down the steps because I'm going to lose. Understand that sometimes you have to be mindful of where you want to go and what it's really going to take to get you there. And then be committed to doing whatever it takes. And don't let other people and what other people say, what other people think, and even other people's ideas get in your way. That's why it's important that you get around people who are going your side so you can catch the momentum. Get around people who have the same dreams that you do so you don't seem like a foreigner. Get around people who understand what it's like to want some more. It's up to you. And you right, Natasha, you have to say, I'm ready. Because nobody can get ready for you. So if you tell me in the chat who grabbed your ticket this morning, bit.ly/Total Woman 21. I'm going to be back later today because starting this weekend, I'm going to be giving away $800 in restaurant.com gift cards just for you sharing the broadcast, because I want as many women as possible to come learn how not just to get their life, but to get their business too, so we don't have to keep begging for $10 hour jobs. LaShawn said, I'm ready. Monique said, I'm ready. We got to make sure that we're not setting ourselves up to be displaced from employment unexpectedly. We got to stop acting like we got all day to do this. It truly, an overnight success truly takes about 5 years. And you got to get started somewhere. You've got to get started somewhere. And you know what I was thinking about this morning? And this is something I'm going to be talking about at the Total Woman Summit. I'm going to be talking about the mindset it takes to make millions of dollars. I am truly, truly thankful for my mom, because in all of the things that uh, she told me I was capable of, she always affirmed the fact that as God's child, I was capable of making millions. And what I'm learning is that many women have not been affirmed. Somebody has not given everybody permission. And that some of you guys just need permission to go make some money. Some of you guys just need somebody to tell you that it's possible for you too and show you the way. Some of you guys just need affirmation and some strategy. And in this season, I don't want to work with anybody that's not hungry. And when I mean hungry, I mean famished. I mean ready to pass out. I mean ain't ate all week. Because it's not until you get hungry that you're willing to push fear to the side and do whatever it takes. It's not until you're hungry that you stop listening to broke people, what you can and can't do. It's not until you're hungry that you start talking back to those voices in your head. You have to be hungry. You have to be famished. You got to be starving. And so if you're hungry, grab your ticket, bit.ly. Say good morning, Kamir, bit.ly/TotalWoman21. I'm going to be back in a few minutes with the Build Your Online Business Morning Show. We're going to continue to talk about what it really takes to move the needle in your life and business. You don't have to stay where you are, but you got to be committed to move. I think there's a little joke that says there were 5 blackbirds on the line, and 3 of them decided to fly away. How many blackbirds on the line? It's still 5. Because making a decision is not enough. Until you start flapping them wings and start taking steps, until you start guarding your heart and being committed, until you start creating you a circle, then guess what? Nothing changes. So it's up to you. You got to bring your commitment to the table. You got to be ready to sow a seed in yourself. Makes the difference. It makes the difference, guys. So I'll see you guys in just a moment. Make sure you stop back by the Build Your Online Business Morning Show. Share the broadcast. We start our giveaway this morning. I want to give away some good food, some restaurant.com gift cards, and who knows what else we'll be giving away. So come right back, and I'll see you guys shortly.